Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Goosebumps HorrorTown playthrough. Grim here. We are now on part 3, which is the last part to how I got my shrunken head. When we last left off, Jordan has found out about jungle magic, and he's being taught by the mysterious Glunami, I believe that's his name, on how this whole thing works. Now, there's nothing much more here to show off besides just a bit of the rest of the playthrough, but I'm also going to throw in some fun stuff that happened when I was doing my recording. So, hope you like my little skits here. Also, near the end, I kind of made a joke about the head being Crypt Keeper, but, you know, that's neither here or there. But, talked long enough, let's dive right in. So let's continue with our story. It's amazing. The magic that I'm learning. It's potentially making my whole body tingle. And yet, it feels wrong somehow. What should I do?
Your circle eat people.
I suppose you're right, creepy glowing head. So far, I don't have reasons to mistrust him. I'll continue with my studies, but I'll investigate Dr.Glunami at the same time. Could you imagine? He's just going insane now. The doctor note says, few people have affinity for the jungle magic that Galani seeks. To find potential hosts, expose them to another shrunken head. Another head? When a host is found, it's best to make him learn to use jungle magic first in order to obtain higher magical effects after his head is shrunken. After his head is shrunken? Oh no!
Wait, this must mean the doctor wants to shrink my head? I've got to escape.
Dun dun dun! So, now he needs to escape, I guess, place the witch's cauldron, and obtain the abomination. So he'll have him do that. Meanwhile, the next kind of part to this, we're going to meet a certain monster, the mud monsters again. And this time around, I actually did give them a voice, and I'm pretty impressed with how I did it. Because I tried to make it sound like what mud monsters would probably sound like because they're all mud. You know, I have not remember seeing the book, Shrunken Head, for a while, so I have no idea. Anyways, that's his animation. He just runs around. After he goes to the house, he just starts running like this, so that's great. Looks like he's just exercising. No one in the town gives a care. They're just walking around, minding their own business. Alright, so this is something new for the Cursed Swamp. As you can see, the Galani guy, he's in this spawn point now. You're going to see more of them in this part, but I might as well kind of show off here. We still get the big boy. We get 3 little ones in the big boy, and then we get Galani. We're going to get a good close-up of this guy. You know, despite we already did that, so here you go. Here's a nice close-up. The mud monster is covering him, unfortunately. There we go. Much better. Quick and easy, but you get the picture. Now, having this guy be part of the swamps, honestly, I can see why that makes sense. I know that it's supposed to be the swamp from the game, but, you know. Anyways, some time passed, and I go and click on this, making voodoo hair, and it's just one of those go in the house and no animation for it. It's weird, because sometimes there's animations when you're near the house, and other times there isn't, so there's that. Here's one of the animations I forgot to show last part, which I believe was piece evidence together, which is bizarre because the evidence, quote-unquote, is, this. It's just her knitting this. Remember this back in the first episode? The invasion of the body squeezers? Because this is exactly what it is, except she's wearing brown coat instead of gray. Oh yeah, and also Andrew Crow had some new stuff, especially with the Think About Life. That has stayed in this part, and the reason why is they decided to keep the guillotine head. You know, not the guillotine, but you know, the slicing thing. from the magic show that's now part of the town permanently. But it's funny that now he has to think about life, with him just kind of laying his head there and having it fall to the floor very pathetically as he's just trying to realize what's the meaning of life. And while we're on the subject, yeah, Libby's glitched again. She's walking in place. Man, she's gonna make Michael Jackson run for money. Hope you liked that. That was fun while it lasted. Alright, I think we're done. Let's Jordan do that. And let's go ahead and get ourselves an amalgamation. Here we go.
I don't know where I am, but I must keep running from Dr.Glunami.
You, invader, you don't belong here. Leave now.
Ooh.
Thanks! Monster? I must use my magic. Kalia!
Oh yeah, I love that hissing sound.
That power, I cannot overcome it. I must retreat.
The monster's leaving now. How? What'd I do? And what did you do, Shrunken Head?
I love the Mud Monster's voice. I hope we get to see them again because that was fun to make that blubby noise.
So, Jordan has learned to exercise his latent powers. Good. This is a bit ahead of schedule, but it will do. He will make a powerful shrunken head. Let's just proceed with the decapitation to add him to my collection.
Oh, Dr. Glunami, you're so funny. Ha ha ha. Place the head chopper, spawn Galani from the swamp, reach Scarometer. We've already seen this before, so I'm not going to bore you with focusing in while I'm going to talk. Apologies on some of the clip shows you've been seeing. The one with the good actually came from Family Guy when it was, I guess, quote-unquote, a good season. But, I don't know, that was the first thing that thought to my head when I heard the words good. I like that, you know. So, my failed attempt at humor. And, yeah, the Michael Jackson thing that you just saw, that actually came from an Sega's Genesis game called Moonwalker. And it's a bizarre game, and it's based off of a movie. So, take that to what you will. Also, I might as well show you where we're at right now. We are on number 8, so there's a few more, and then we'll be done. So now all we need to do is get a Scarometer, which is going to take some time, so let's just skip some past now. So this should probably do us in. Get some dog treats at the same time. Ta-da!
Jordan, calm down. What's wrong? Don't you want to help find your aunt?
You're a liar and a bad man, Dr. Glunami. All you want to do is shrink my head.
Don't lose your head now, boy. But no matter. You can't match my strength anyway.
Are you sure? Take this, Kalia!
Your power, it's unmatched. I'll have to come back for you another day.
And just like that, his plan was foiled. Wow. Good job.
He left? I don't know what magic spell I'm using, but it's scaring away these monsters.
Jordan learned a very strong indication. I must attack him indirectly. Maybe through his sister.
Oh no. This is going to get good. Ooh.
There she is. Hello, Cynthia. How are you doing?
Greetings, unfamiliar-looking human. What do you want?
How much are you willing to bet robots to come out?
Why, I want your brother, foolish child. So I must kidnap you. Now, sleep. Om, Ikbaho.
BZZZT. Strange radio waves detected. Analysis complete.
There we go, folks. Just as I thought.
You What are you? You children are nothing but trouble.
Ah, there's your twist. Chased Galani, obtained the corrupted, or the cursed amalgamation figure, and obtain a remote control, which you have to get anyways by having Cynthia, or not Cynthia, but you know, the little thing on the side there. So now we're gonna have her go and terrorize Galani. So let's have her do that right now, and we're gonna have her do the aerocromatics because she's the only person who's gonna do that. Honestly, I really like Courtney King. She's like the cheapest character that actually does something really useful. Alright, let's take a quick look at this. If her scaring the poo out of Galani. Oh, here we go. Oh, spooky. Oh, that's it then? You good? Just one and done? You just scared him once and then that's it? You're just gonna walk around now normal? Yep, that's exactly what you're gonna do. Okay, cool. I love when games do that. Quote unquote games. The story narrative on this. Oh boy. You gotta love when that happens. Right, so I guess now let's go over here and see what you need in order to get this. So you need one of the amalgamations, I believe a few of that, and then 2 of the dark potions. At the time, the dark potions are kind of hard to get, but the update coming up, you know, the one in May that happens, it's going to happen in May. There's something that does come up, so I'll leave that to there. So let's go ahead and, yeah. Let's see, there's one last thing I didn't get to show you, so I might as well, I think it was, which one was it again? I think I've walked through everything except for one long one, which I believe might be the brew potions. I have to, yeah, it was brew potions, so I didn't do that one because it took a day to get a fortune cookie, or bad luck cookie, I should say. Ooh. 24-hour bad luck cookie you get within 24 hours, so there you go. He needs his pot. And literally what he does, he just sits there. Like, that's great. He just sits there playing his flute while he's brewing his potion. Literally all it is just him sitting there. Oh, and as we can see, Will is taking a nap. Soothe the sounds of soothes the biggest of beasts or something like that. I don't know what the quote is back in the day. Right, a few more parts before we get to the good stuff. So let's see, skipping here, and this just showing I've gotten all the stuff now. It's gonna take you 6 hours, so that's like what? Almost 1/4 of the day to create this monstrosity. The other thing too about what's interesting about that is that if you do have that in your collection, it does cost you a lot of money. Like, not a lot of money, but you can sell it for a big profit. So keep that in mind. You can use that against people. Oh, and also, here's another weekly event with the marble maze. Need a pool float, some crayons, I believe some of this dynamic course booyah, and then the plant thing, but you know.
The Joneses family are more trouble than they're worth. I guess Jordan can keep his head. I'll search for an easier prey elsewhere. This kid might have potential. Hello, Marquis Ricardo. Did you lose this shrunken head I just found?
Oh no.
Huh? What the heck are you? Some kind of necromancer cosplayer? Get lost, nerd!
Whoa, got burned by the bully. That's pathetic.
Never mind. A simpleton like you have no magical potential. I'll look elsewhere for talent.
Oh, way to stay in character, you role-playing freak! Scram! I don't come back!
Oh, good on Marty for just scaring away a potential person, man. Bravo. What a way to end it. Well, actually, there's one more part. And here comes when the twist comes in. But you gotta love Marty. He doesn't give a care about nobody.
I haven't seen that witch doctor in a while. But I still like carrying this head with me everywhere.
You could thank Marty for that one, bud. Yeah, the head agrees.
Hey, Jordan, what's that you're carrying? It's very, original looking.
Good old, what's your name?
Oh, this? It's just my shrunken head. It looks pretty creepy, don't you think?
I know her name. I'm just blanking out right now. God, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, you have a very odd taste, but it looks pretty cool. Mind if I take some pictures of it?
What's her name? Yeah, it's gonna come up, and then I'm gonna be like,
Sir,
oh, yeah.
as long as you shoot him from his right, that's his more handsome side.
He's getting really attached to this shrunken head. By the way, who was this shrunken head guy? Maybe we'll find out. Take pictures of you, weird shrunken head. Obtain dark potions, 3 of them, and the power medallion. Oh, great. Great. A lot of things to keep you busy. Brooke, that's her name. And you get 3 for 1 hour, so that's not bad, I guess, for drops. But you only get like the 1, and then it's like, that's gone. Goodbye. And you know what? I need that anyways to unlock this area, so I might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Get this stupid gem, and then be able to unlock new land, I guess. So now people can come and walk where Conrad's living, next to the blacksmith and a boat. Man, I can't wait until I talk about the black ring in this video parts, because oh my, as of this point, the black ring is so just it's like the hardest thing to get, and it's because it's so grindy for what you need, and the items you need to get are so specific to getting into something in particular. It's like, oh, it's like that's the real money maker right there. 1 more episode, and then we get 15, and then we can get 25 bucks. Alright, so let's see what Brooke looks like. Alright, you want to see where she is? She's on top of the school. Yes, this is the best way to get a picture of the shrunken head. You just go on top of the school and take a picture up in the sky. That makes brilliant sense. I know what they're trying to do, but it's just funny when you see stuff like this happen, because the narrative just doesn't make sense anymore. So yeah. So we got that stuff going. And I believe this part is just showing you I bothered to do this. But for some reason the item hasn't popped in yet. And now it has. So now I can get the marble maze. So I got a bunch of that. Yeah. And this one's the diorama something. So here's the marble maze. It's a thing. It's a prop. It's an item. I don't know what you'll do with it, but there it is. Now you have it. It's a weird item to go after, I must say. It's not really too valuable, to say the least. I also love how I put the creep condo to make it look like an abandoned dumpster area. Next to just... Oh yeah, that's bizarre when I'm talking about this right now. Some of the buildings look like they're so small for some of these characters, and others are just like proportionally sized. So take the condo, for example. It looks too tiny compared to, say, the record store over here that looks about average size. So I don't know, like, is that for like tiny little people? Oh, by the way, if you wanted the marble maze yourself, it would have been $70, which is just really expensive items. I find some of the items that cost premium aren't really worth it, unless of course you go ahead with the these weekly things, like these weekly requests. These are probably the only way you can get them that isn't too inexpensive. But if I ever come across one that I feel like could have been bought, I'll show you and I'll tell you why. There has been some cases where I just bought the thing instead of just bothering with collecting, grinding, and playing the game as intended. Also, we got this. And as you can see, we got all the items here. So now I just have to grab it, and then by the end we'll have the island play, and we'll have the land expansion there. So this should be the last of this. So now all we need to do is pick up the tower battalion thing. We're all good. And then that's at the end of the story, and then we get to see a funny clip that I used in an adult show. I'll talk about that in a bit.
Is that head some kind of African art piece? How do you get such an original work of art?
Well, it's gonna sound crazy, but I was visiting by a Galani witch doctor, and
Hey, Jordan, why don't you let me tell the story? It should be told right.
oh god, it's talking.
What gives? That head talked? Does it have a sound chip in it or something?
You'd be surprised what should have been in the real book. For instance, what they have wished for in the past.
Oh god, it knows the future past.
What I wished for? What? How does it know about that? I'm getting away from that thing.
Yes. The others are good, but this one, we're talking a real bleeding man type. He's a regular Gory Cooper, a Robert Deadford. And that voice, I can swear it reminds me of someone I know.
Yay, we did it! What a great Tales from the Crypt thing I added very badly in there. Just for a stupid joke that the head looks exactly like the Crypt Keeper, and I sound very bad. I sound too deep to be a Crypt Keeper. By the way, that episode in particular I took that from, it was a weird, I'm not sure what the episode was called, but what was so interesting about that one, oh, and here's the items you need. You need the pot, the black thing, the mud vase, you need the dark potions, the amalgamation, and so it's going to take you a while to get all the items in particular, if you're going freemium, so keep that in mind. But that episode in particular with the Tales from the Crypt that I took off, that was near the end, and it was talking about the actor who plays as the Crypt Keeper, who does his voice. He starred briefly in this episode, so he was poking fun at the fact he's just like, yes, I like this guy. I don't know why, but I like him, and I'm just like, Jesus, because he sounds exactly like you. Anyways, after you get all the items, here is what he looks like. There you go. Nice voodoo hex thing, so let's do that right here. And there's a reason why I kind of clipped it weirdly like this, and it had something to do with the fact that this took place like what comes next, which I don't want to spoil too much. You might have seen it briefly of what's going on, but that's about it. Right, so that's about it. That's it for the most part for this episode. Yeah, so my overall thoughts for this update. I felt like the addition to the Shrunken Head was an interesting feel, but I felt like he was a bit expensive to what he was. The bundle that came with him wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. It added to the swamp. I do like that. And there were some fixes they added to the game that kind of helped improve it. And it does, and I will say that this little side quest thing will take some time to do, so it's nice that there's a nice decent chunk of distraction to keep you busy. But everything else about it just seemed a bit weird, in the sense that, like, $400 for a character like that. One of my biggest complaints is when it comes to characters like these, that if you're going to make them cost very expensive, make it worthwhile. It's like, yeah, you can have the character, like, drop these certain rare items, but if it costs 24 hours, then what's the point, right? If it was 12 hours or something like that, then I can give it then, but, like, that's a long period of time. And as I said, this game's ever changing, so they may change in the future. They may change the time to make it a little bit more better. And next update in particular, speaking of time, they do change the time a bit with some characters, and I'll talk about that when it comes in, because, oh boy, do a lot of people not happy about those changes. But the next episode, the next part to this is somewhat special because there is some event that's just happening. I won't explain exactly what it is, but needless to say, it is a big milestone for this game, and it will come with a quest that I've hinted at back in March before that seems like they've added to this game. So until then, until we get to learn about that stuff and a teaser to that, I will say that will be it for now. But as of right now, I am going to be taking a look at the next update. I won't say what it is, but you probably know what it is, because this is taking longer than it should be. But there is a chance that it could be something a bit shorter, like the Stay Out of the Basement or Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, but, you know, that's neither here or there. So, let me know what you thought down below, and I'd like to discuss. So, thanks again for taking a listen to me walk through this. I hope this was more informative to you. And let me know down below if there's anything I should change up in the future. Anyways, I've been Grim. Thank you for listening and watching. I will see you next time in the next Goosebumps HorrorTown.